Happy Halloween. I'm dressed up as a non-Overwatch character. Guess it in the comments. It's only been 3 weeks and we already have a mid-season patch. It's a very early one, just like that. It's a big one, so buckle up and let's get into it. For D.Va, her micro-missile projectile speed is being increased from 40 to 50. And the fusion cannon's move speed penalty, which is her primary fire, is reduced from 40% to 30% so she can move a little quicker while firing. The dev comments, the added projectile speed to micro-missiles helps improve the consistency at medium range, while the decreased movement speed penalty on fusion cannons enables D.Va to stick closer to mobile targets, making her more of a threat when diving into the enemy team. For Doomfist, we have a minor nerf to the Rocket Punch CC. The minimum wall stun duration is being decreased from 0.25 to 0.15 seconds at low charge, and the Rocket Punch's maximum wall stun duration is decreased from 0.75 to 0.6 seconds when you're at full charge. The devs comment that this change will give the stunned player more opportunities to react to Doomfist following a wall stun. Roadhog's rework was originally slated for the mid-season patch in the Season 7 trailer a few weeks back, but in a blog post about a week and a half ago, they had to delay it for a few more weeks, so expect a late Season 7 patch around mid-November when they'll bring them in. If you ask me, we might as well wait till Season 8 with the new tank so there are more new tanks to play with. Winston, he's back as a sniper monkey. Back as a sniper monkey with his secondary fire range being increased from 30 meters to 40 meters. Devs comment that increasing the range of the alternate fire will give Winston some more flexibility in positioning while dealing damage from range. Okay, Bastion's receiving some much needed nerfs. The configuration assault form cooldown is being increased from 10 to 12 seconds, and the weapon spread is being increased by 10% in this form, so it is less accurate. There's actually no dev comments here, so I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. So here's the CarQ comments. The 10 to 12 seconds for the Bastion change will give you more of an opportunity to punish him when he's not in that stronger form, and the potency of the form is not as strong with less of the weapon spread. Cassidy's magnetic grenade cooldown is being increased from 10 to 12 seconds. No dev comments, makes sense. For Mei, the endothermic blaster's slow effect is being decreased from 40% to 30%. The devs comment that with some of the recent changes, Mei is now slightly overperforming. Her improved primary fire damage output is good for her role, so rather than adjust that further, we're instead targeting the more commonly frustrating crowd control aspect of its slowing effect. Sombra's rework has been largely successful, but they are slightly buffing EMP by decreasing its cost by 10% so it builds faster. No dev comments, so here's my comments. I agree with this. I think Sombra is actually underperforming at the high rank, so this was needed there, and people are adjusting to her new playstyle every single day, and she's not getting away with as much as she did when she first got reworked. For Symmetra, her base shield health is being reduced from 125 to 100, so now she's back at 200 HP. The devs comment that with Symmetra recently gaining more lethality in her long-range secondary fire, she's no longer as reliant on playing at close range, so reverting her total health back to 200. Widowmaker is getting two small buffs. First, her ultimate, the Infrasight cost, is being reduced by 10%. Then the Widow's Kiss, which is the name of her weapon, the unscoped SMG shots needed to reach maximum spread is increased from 3 to 7. That means it'll be more accurate. The devs comment, Recon Visor is taking a long time to charge on average relative to other ultimate abilities, so we're reducing the cost. Widowmaker is also at a more severe disadvantage against Sombra with the recent rework, and these changes will add more counterplay. Now, supports. They've been a hot topic lately, and Blizzard has heard you. For Ana, the Biotic Grenade cooldown is being increased from 10 to 12 seconds. Nothing too major, but personally I'd like to see the anti becoming a healing reduction. There's no dev comments here, so that's my input. For Baptiste, the Immortality Field HP is going down from 150 to 125, and its cooldown is being increased from 23 to 25 seconds. Again, no dev comments, but I will say I don't think these nerfs are enough. You could probably bring the Immortality Field down to 100 HP. And you could probably reduce the window size and even some of the damage output if you ask me. For Illari, the healing pylon HP is going down from 125 to 100. It's now a 50 regular health and 50 shield health split, and the cooldown when destroying the pylon is now increased from 12 to 15 seconds. For her solar rifle, this is a bigger nerf because the primary fire damage projectile size is being reduced from 0.1 to 0.05, effectively half the bullet size, or light size, whatever it's called. The devs comment, Illari's overall damage output throughout a match is too high, so we're reducing how consistent her solar rifle's damage is to apply. Her weapon has some other disadvantages, such as needing to charge it up and a reduced critical damage multiplier, but we will be evaluating how much of an effect this change has in combination with the reduced healing pylon uptime. For Kiriko, the protection Suzu cooldown is being increased from 14 to 15 seconds. Pretty minor, no dev comments. And Lifeweaver has been healing a little too much, so the healing blossom ammo is going down from 20 to 16, and the maximum heal charge up is being reduced from 75 to 70. His life grip cooldown is also increased from 16 to 19 seconds. The devs comment, Lifeweaver's total healing over a match is significantly higher than any other hero, so to help bring it more in line, we're making some adjustments to his primary healing blossom. Finally, for Zenyatta, he's getting plus 25 more base health, so he's back at 225 HP like he was during the Overwatch 2 beta. However, the orbs do work a little differently. First, the Harmony orb's time to wear off when you're not in line of sight is being increased from 3 to 5 seconds. That's a buff. But the Discord orb can no longer be reapplied to the same target for 7 seconds after the effect has been removed. So, if the enemy tank decides to break line of sight, you can't reapply that Discord on them non-stop. That's actually a big nerf. The Discord orb range, though, is going back up from 30 meters to 40 meters. That's a buff there. Devs comment that the goal of these changes is to add more counterplay against Discord Orb and encourage Zenyatta players to think about who to place it on. Now, if the effect ends for any reason, the target is temporarily unable to be targeted again by Discord Orb. A new soft targeting reticule appears when aiming towards an enemy that cannot be affected by Discord Orb to display the remaining duration before it can be reapplied. This is a significant change both to how the ability feels to use and how clear it is to understand, so we'll be keeping a close eye on player feedback. This is interesting. Now, in this patch, they added a lot of hero-specific options. I won't go through them all, but we have changes for Doom, Sigma, Echo, Torb, Illari, Lucio, and Mercy in the settings, so please go to those settings if you main any of those heroes and mess around with them and see if you like any of the new options. For controller players, they have a lot of adjustments for the rumble and trigger feedback, so here's the entire list. It's a lot to go through. I won't go through it all. You can read the full patch notes down below. And under the bug fixes, again, not going to go through them all, but the most notable game one is probably the Illari bug fix, where they have now resolved an issue with the healing pylon that could result in players launching out of it. So the super jump tech that was discovered a few weeks back, no longer possible. At least I don't think it is, unless I'm doing it wrong. That's it for the competitive changes. I am streaming all the World Cup matches watch party on Twitch. You can earn a lot of skins like all of these on the screen. So come on over, click the link in the description or my pinned comment and come hang out on stream, collect the drops and watch some poggers Overwatch 2 gameplay. See you guys there.